I want to experience parenthood. At first glance, this one sounds softer, less transactional than who will take care of me. It sounds personal, emotional, almost innocent. But strip it down to its structure, and the logic is the same. The sentence begins and ends with I. Not this future person will benefit, not existence is good for them. It's I want the experience. That framing alone exposes the moral center of gravity. The child is not the subject. The child is the medium. Parenthood becomes a life event to consume, like travel, marriage, or a career milestone, something to check off the sacred checklist of adulthood. Parenthood is not skydiving or learning piano. Those experiences are self-contained. If they go badly, you bear the consequences. When you create a child, the consequences are exported into a separate consciousness that must now endure pain, fear, illness, loss, aging, and death, all so that you could have a particular psychological journey. That is not neutral. That is asymmetrical. Some will say, but parenthood is beautiful, it's transformative, it's meaningful. Even if that's true, transformation for the parent does not automatically translate to benefit for the child. Your growth does not erase their suffering. Your meaning does not cancel their anxiety. Your joy does not immunize them against disease, heartbreak, or existential dread. Another angle, if the desire is truly about nurturing, guiding, loving, those impulses do not require manufacturing a new human. There are already existing children in need of care. There are communities that need support. There are relationships that can be deepened. If the motivation were purely altruistic, it would not be biologically selective. But often, it is selective. It's not just, I want to nurture. It's, I want my child, my genes, my resemblance, my extension, my story continuing. That reveals that the experience sought is not just caregiving, it's self-replication with emotional payoff. The phrase sounds gentle, doesn't it? But look closer, and it's really about using your biological power to create an experience for yourself. A potential person isn't the focus, they're just the vehicle for your own self-fulfillment. The child becomes the vehicle, and no one asks the vehicle if it wants to be driven. Because I want to have someone to live for. This one cuts deep. It's usually not said casually. It often comes from a place of emptiness, drift, or quiet despair. The idea is simple. Life feels directionless, and a child would provide meaning, a reason to wake up, a reason to endure and justify your slavery. The vulnerability in that is real, but the structure is still ethically unstable. You are describing an internal void, a lack of purpose, and proposing to solve it by creating a person whose existence becomes your anchor. That immediately places a psychological burden on someone who did not choose it. A child should not be born as existential scaffolding. If your reason for living depends on their presence, then their role in your life is not just relational, it is foundational. Your stability, motivation, and identity become intertwined with their existence. That is immense pressure, even if never spoken aloud. Parents are supposed to provide emotional security to children, not derive their own existential stability from them. And the moral question returns again. Is it justifiable to create a vulnerable consciousness, one guaranteed to experience struggle and mortality, because you are struggling to find meaning? Meaning is a human construction. It is not delivered by biology. Having a child does not automatically resolve existential uncertainty. Many parents still feel empty. Some feel more lost. Sleep deprivation, stress, financial pressure, and relational strain can amplify instability rather than cure it. If your life feels unlivable without someone to live for, that signals something urgent. But the urgent issue is your internal condition, not the absence of a child. If you need someone to live for in order to survive, the issue is not the absence of a child.
It's the absence of internal grounding. And creating a person to stabilize yourself turns them into your life support system before they've even taken their first breath. A child deserves to be wanted for their own sake, not recruited as your reason to keep going. Turning another person into a tool to escape your own sense of emptiness is not noble. It's exploitation dressed up as purpose.